Hi, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's been so long. I am Chioma. Oh my gosh, it has been a minute. But today, I come for a very special purpose, okay? Very, very special purpose. I want to talk about skincare and acne. Okay, I want to talk about skincare and acne because it's so rough. It's so rough, you guys. And I just feel like it can be so difficult to keep fighting against these things, keep fighting against it. And as somebody that has been suffering from acne for a while, and like, oh my gosh, right now is like one of the best times in my skincare because I have no active lesions, right? Like, this new year has been a mess. This new year has been a mess, I have to say. This new year has been a mess, and for the first time in a long time, I have no active lesions. And I just want to talk about everything I've been doing to get there. And yeah, and just, I guess, so you can compare routines and see if it works for you. So, first thing first, the biggest thing I feel like will make the biggest difference in your acne is actually, well, hold on. Now, this is if you have hormonal acne, right? Like if this is something that is attached to, like, it's this is cystic. If you have cystic acne, it's tied to your hormones, right? So of course your diet, kind of keeping the sugar and the carbs to a minimum and trying to eat healthy, that's always gonna have an effect. That's gonna help because it's gonna help balance your hormones, and then that's gonna show up in your skin. But I'm talking about things that you can, like, outside of yourself, right? Like, not things inside your body. I'm talking about things that you're gonna do to your face that will help. So the first thing for me is to go see your dermatologist for either Accutane or laser treatments. Accutane or laser treatments. Now, Accutane is very drying. It's very drying, it's very tough, it's very rough on the body, and it affects your whole body because, of course, it's medication you're taking, so it's not so targeted, which is why I didn't want to do it. I didn't do Accutane, I went with the laser treatments. The only thing is the laser treatments are expensive. Yeah, that it wasn't cheap. You're looking at anywhere from about 3,000 to 5,000, depending on how many sessions you need. I believe I got about 10 sessions the first time I went to do it. So yeah, yeah. Just keep that in mind. And then also, depending on how they're doing it, you might have to see the dermatologist, and it might not be the dermatologist doing the sessions, right? So you might have to pay to go see the dermatologist, like, as a doctor. And hopefully they take your insurance. Okay, mine didn't take insurance, so I was paying for that separately too. And also, you have to pay for the medications they're going to give you, because it's not only the laser treatments, because once again, this is something that's happening within your body. Yes, we're going to treat it from the outside, but we're going to get bigger results if we also treat the inside. So they might also give you some medications. Like, we need stuff that can go deeper than just the regular over the counter stuff. So for me, I got, when I first went, I got Tretinoin. I got Aklief. That's the one I got. I got this thing that's a topical minocycline called, like, Amzik. So I used it for a while. It wasn't my favorite, but beggars can be choosers. And then the third thing I got, what was it? Oh, I got actual minocycline capsules, right? This minocycline is an antibiotic because, of course, it's bacteria that is causing all this on your face. So those were three things I got. Oh, you know what? At some point, I was also using a sulfur face wash that they prescribed to me. So they also prescribed the sulfur face wash. I didn't even fully use that bottle. I don't think I really liked it. Like, I just prefer to use my regular face wash. But once again, these are just things that they did prescribe to me. They weren't cheap. Especially the Aklief, okay, they weren't cheap. But did they help? Yes. I feel like the thing that helped the most out of all of them is actually the tretinoin, which is the Aklief, and the minocycline. Not the topical one, but the one you take in. Because every time I would have any active lesions come up, I would just take it. The problem with that is it's antibiotics. To just take antibiotics like that, you're kind of messing yourself up, which is what made me stop taking it. Because to just take antibiotics like that, that means you're also killing the good bacteria in your gut. And you can more easily get antibiotic resistance, meaning if something were to really go down with your body and you really needed some antibiotics, your body might be used to the antibiotics you're already taking, and then you have to take a higher level. You have to take a higher level. And we're already coming to a problem in the world in general, like in science, where they're kind of running out of antibiotics to give. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because the bacteria, they're switching things up. So we're trying to play catch up. We're trying to play catch up. So it's at a point now where it's like, if you can avoid taking antibiotics, yeah, do so, because we don't know if they're going to be able to figure out a bigger, stronger antibiotic to kill the bacteria that's affecting you. So you want to be able to kill it at the lowest antibiotic possible. But then if I'm taking it all the time because of this bacteria that is causing my acne, what happens if I get like dysentery, like diarrhea, you know what I mean? Then I have to take, I'm thinking, let's say it's caused by bacteria. Then you have to take bacteria, but then what if the minocycline doesn't work anymore? Now you have to go to a bigger level. But then what if you take that too much, your body gets too used to it? It's becoming a thing where we're just becoming more resistant. The bacteria that are infecting us are becoming more resistant to the antibiotics we have available. So it's just something to keep in mind. And then if you do take the antibiotics, don't forget to take some pre and probiotics afterwards to help bring back your natural gut flora. But me personally, I chose to stop taking it because of this concern, right? Like, I don't want to mess up my future, so I chose to stop taking it. So now I want to show you guys everything I've been doing kind of before, but also after I chose to stop taking it. Because once I stopped taking it, there was nothing in my routine that was preventing lesions or stopping them as soon as they came. So I had to find something else that would work. First, I'm going to go over my regular routine, and then I'm going to show you guys the things that I added and that I have noticed makes a significant difference. So as soon as the acne starts to form, I just do pop, pop, it's gone. Okay, kind of quickly, kind of. So I want to show you guys my regular routine first. Oh, I forgot to bring my face wash, but it's just La Roche, okay? I use La Roche Posay. I've been using it for years now. It's great. It's a normal facial cleanser. Because something else to note about oily skin, which is how most people that have this kind of cystic, ongoing acne, is you have oily skin more than likely. Okay. Which is what the laser treatments are targeting. They are targeting the I forget what it's called, but the part of your skin that is like producing the oil. So it targets it so that it can shrink and produce less oil, which is gonna cause you to develop less acne. Okay, just side note. So I use La Roche because when you have oily skin like that, you don't want something super harsh, but you also want something that's gonna give you a good cleaning, because you don't need any dirt, you don't need any bacteria on your face, because your face is already pretty sensitive to these things. Plus the oil, the sebum, you need something that's gonna wash all of that away without being too drying, because you still need to be moisturized. What you don't want is to be oily and dehydrated. That's just not the move, okay? You already have one issue, don't create another one. So just a gentle, good cleanser that's not irritating, okay? That's good for sensitive skin. You need to always look for things that are good for oily skin, good for sensitive skin. So I use La Roche. Something else, don't do too much. If you're trying to solve this issue, don't do too much. Less is more for you. Just do what's necessary and keep it pushing. And for a person that loves skincare like me, that wants to try other products, I had to reduce my expectations, okay? I don't be trying no products. I just stick with what works. Unless, of course, I develop a new problem and then I have to find something else. So yeah, you don't need to be trying everything. You just need to stick with something that works. Now, if you do want a toner for real, and you, because each active can be found in different formats, it really depends on you, right? I do have this 2% Polish Choice AHA BHA. I don't use it as much because I'm already using Tretinoin. I don't like to use too many actives at a time, and I already have a lot that I'm going to show you guys. So I haven't used this one as much recently, but just know, depending on what other issues you're having, just pick like 1 or 2 actives that you're gonna use, right? So this one is salicylic acid, is a 2% BHA exfoliant, and it comes in a toner form, right? So this could be one of it, but like I said, I don't really use this anymore. I used to. But if you still want a toner, just like a regular toner, I feel like this is a pretty good one. This is the Madagascar Centella Toning. It literally just feels like water. I don't really feel like you need it. But I used to use this. Obviously, that's why I bought it. I wanted to try it out. It's cool though. It's cool, but I don't really feel like it does anything insane for me. Like I said, you're already oily. You don't need more and more and more. You don't really need a toner unless it has one of your actives that you're looking for. So that's that. Now, this is what I really use on a daily. So I wash my face, I come, I sit on my vanity. What's the first thing I put on? I put on my tranexamic acid. So I started using this. Well, you guys can't see it, but obviously with the acne, you're gonna have some scars, right? Like if you've been dealing with acne for years, you have some scars. So I started looking into tranexamic and azelaic acid as a way to help with those things. Oh, because something else, my dermatologist did give me a cream, a tranexamic and kojic acid cream that was compounded, but that thing was expensive. That cream was like $55. I was like, baby, and it wouldn't even last that long. I was like, let me just go find some tranexamic and kojic acid on the market and just buy it. You know what I mean? Like, please. And I, yeah, I was just like, that's too much. Anyway, so this one, I believe I bought it for like $20 to $25, something like that. I also tried the Naturium one, which is good. It's just the Naturium packages piss me off, right? Because like one day you pick it up and it's out. Like you don't even know that you're running out until it's out. Like that annoys me. So I tried the Naturium one. It was good. But I'm trying this one also. This is the Good Molecules discoloration correcting serum. Okay. I think it's working. I'm not sure, but I don't even think I've used half the bottle yet. So we'll see. I don't think I don't think I've used up to half. So by the time I'm done with the full bottle, then I'll be able to see if I want to buy a new one or if I want to try something else. If I feel like the tranexamic is not working, then I'm going to try the azelaic acid. I haven't tried it yet because, like I said, I don't like to use too many actives at a time. And this one has the tranexamic acid. It has kojic acid. It has, I think, turmeric or something else. But for whatever reason, they didn't put it like on the actual body. I don't know why. So anyway, this is the first thing I use, a couple drops everywhere. And then I actually just picked up this multi-peptide anti-aging serum from Dollar Tree. This doesn't really have anything to do with acne. This is just me being proactive. I don't put it on my face if I can help it. It's mostly just for my neck and décolletage and my décolletage because just they say that the neck and the chest is one of the first places to show aging, outside of your face and then your hands. So you really got to take care of these places a little bit more to help with the aging symptoms. Of course, you're gonna age, but you still wanna look good, fresh as much as possible. So that's just me personally. It's cheap. It's $1.25. So I'm like, why not? For $1.25, a little serum that will help. It says a bunch of things on here. I don't know if it works or not, but I did see some dermatologists online talking about it. So I was like, why not pick it up? It hasn't hurt. It hasn't hurt. You know what I'm saying? It hasn't hurt. So I just use that. So after I put my tranexamic acid and I put that, I go in, of course, with my Tretinoin. Like I said, I use Aklief. This is the 0.005%. I think this is actually the only percentage for Aklief. I tried to find a different one to like go up. I couldn't find it, but I would have to ask my esthetician or dermatologist. I'm not really sure, so just ask. There are different types of tretinoins on the market. There's different percentages. You don't have to get a prescription one. You can get over-the-counter ones. I know there's a bunch of creams that have it. And don't forget to start it off easy. Of course, I've been using it for a while now, probably like a year, going on 2 years. Oh, I think maybe 2 years. So my skin is pretty used to it. Of course, sunscreen during the day. Please do not forget. That's at night. I only use this at night, by the way, not twice a day. These two, I do use twice a day because I actually read that when these tests are being performed as far as how good the products work, right, when they're running the experiments, they're actually having the test subjects use it twice a day. So unless it tells you to use it once a day, you should probably be using your serums twice a day. Yeah, a lot of them will tell you morning and night. So this one does say morning and night. Let me see what this one says. Yup, AM and PM. So a lot of them do say use morning and night because that's how they tested for their results. So when they're telling you, oh, it does this, it does that, if you use morning and night. So just so you know, in case you didn't know. Okay, and then I go in with eye cream. So this is the eye cream I've loved for a while. I think this is my go-to eye cream. I've been using it for a couple years, but I decided to try. Oh, this one is the Madagascar Centella Probiotica Bakuchiol eye cream. That's a lot. It's by Skin 1000. Also, same brand as the toner I showed you earlier. This one is by Mary and May, and the reason I got it is because it has tranexamic acid. So it has tranexamic acid and glutathione. Is the Mary and May tranexamic acid and glutathione eye cream? I don't know. Maybe you guys can see the name. Maybe not, because it's silver and the sun is out. But yeah, I've liked it pretty well, I think. But you know, my under eyes are pretty good, I believe. So actually, these snail mucin people, they have a peptide eye cream that I want to try, but I haven't even gotten it yet. So that'll still be like months. So after I use that, after I put on my eye cream, I go ahead with my moisturizer. And you know what? I have to say, I truly, truly, truly love this moisturizer. It's the Purito Oat In Calming Gel Cream. Because whenever I used to use a different type of tretinoin before, what is it called? Fabior. Oh, it was hot. My every single time I used it, my skin would be hot. So I needed something that was just calming, no irritation. I wanted a lotion, a face cream that would just moisture and nothing else. Don't please just moisturize. I don't need you to have any extra things in it. And then I found this one. I decided to try it out and I have not looked back. Why? This is like a gel cream. It's literally like putting water on your face, but it, like, you know, moisturizing. It doesn't dry out. It keeps your skin moisturized. So like no regrets. It even looks like water. It even looks like water. I don't know if you guys can see. Like, I don't know. Very, like, just look at that. Just moisture with nothing else. Moisture with nothing else. So yeah, I've been using it for a while. Don't see myself turning back anytime soon. Okay. Now, those are my everyday things. Oh, I forgot my sunscreen. My sunscreen, I use this sunscreen moisturizer combo because, like I said, as an oily skin girly, your skin is oily and sensitive most likely. If you're having all these acne issues, you most likely have oily and sensitive skin. Don't do the most. Don't do it. Just find things that work and just stick to it, right? So I got this one. I don't even think this is the first one I'm using. I always get confused about the cetaphil and the CeraVe every time I go to the store. So I don't think it really matters because I'm pretty sure I've used both of them. Even now, the newest one I got, it's not green, it's blue. I don't know. I'm gonna try that one out and see how it compares to this one, because this one is pretty like thick, right? Like it's pretty, like, not thick, but like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, and it has like a matte finish to it, right? So whenever you're done, it doesn't give you an oily look. Because that was a problem I had with sunscreens before. Like, girl, I would be looking greasy as hell. And you know, we already have oily skin. We don't need that. Our skin's shining already. We don't need that. So to me, this one is It says for all skin types though, but it's oil free, which was important to me. I don't know if you noticed, but my routine is oil free. You already have oils. It's my belief that you don't need to put in any more, right? Like your problem is that your skin is too oily. That's the problem. So the laser treatment is to reduce the oils. Why would you put more? You know what I mean? Why would you put more? So you don't, so look, try to look for oil free products that work for sensitive skin and that don't have any irritating ingredients. Whatever you're putting on, just try to make sure it's those three things. Oil free, it's good for sensitive skin. It's not gonna irritate your skin, okay? And it doesn't have stuff that you don't need. It's not too many actives. These are things you have to consider when you're building your routine. Now, let me discuss some other things that I do now let me tell you the things I added to help target these acne lesions whenever they start forming, right? Okay, let's start here. You already know the patches. The hydrocolloid patches. You don't need the expensive ones. You can literally go to like the TJ Maxx. They'll have the big packs for cheap, you know. Let me show you guys this one that I just got. So this is one I'm using right now, but I got this one of 100 for $5. Okay, you can see I'm not lying. It says $4.99 right there. Okay, and it says 100, so that's gonna be the next one. Yeah, I think this one when I got it was also about $5, but it's 36 in here. So like I said, you don't need the ones that are like $8, $10, $12, please, because you're just putting it on there to create a barrier so that it doesn't get more irritated, it doesn't get more bacteria in it, you know, so the pus can come out and it's a safe environment for that to happen. So I feel like that's just, and you can really only use it once the acne is ripe, if like, you know what I mean, when it's already looking like, oh, it's fresh, the pus is about to come out, then that's because if you put it and it's not ready to come out, it doesn't do anything. So because it's not really medicated, the hydrocolloid patches are not medicated. Even the ones that have like some medication, it's still the same thing. I'm sorry, they're just not that strong to do the most. So just save your money, just get the regular ones, put it on, go on about your day. Now, another thing is this sulfur treatment. Remember I told you that they did prescribe me a sulfur wash, and it's because sulfur does help dry these things, right? Like the lesions, it does help dry out those spots a little bit. So sometimes if I feel like a patch is not, like a particular bump or lesion is not drying out fast enough, like during the day or like right before I go to bed, I might put on some of this. I don't know why. So yeah, just use a little something, a little cotton swab to put it on. You don't need too much, but you do need enough so that it can properly dry it out. And then you can leave it overnight or wipe it off and then put on your hydrocolloid patch right before bed. So I do use that sometimes. It does help a little bit. It's not super, super strong, but it does do something. Of course, sunscreen. I leave this one in my car, right? So this is the one in my car just in case I'm driving. I notice it. Oh God, you know, sometimes the sun just be hating. So just have this or these. Oh, I also have these ones, but this one is usually at home though. During the daytime, sunscreen for daytime. You can also use this one. I like this one because it has the pump, so I can just put it in, you know, the car side pockets. And so I can just pump with one hand, rub it on whatever spot I need while I'm driving, okay? So that's just extra. That has nothing to do with the acne. That's just extra. But do make sure you are reapplying your sunscreen throughout the day. What else? Okay. This is my what's it called? Hypochlorous acid. Hypochlorous acid. This is basically the same thing as, you know, that Tower 28 spray, except this is cheaper. Save your money, get it from Amazon, okay? Biotech topical skin spray, way cheaper. So this one, you're supposed to use it like, let's say you've been working out, spray before your skin is able to absorb all that bacteria and start forming a lesion. Okay, this is supposed to prevent and also help. It does help, like, kind of fight the bacteria, and it's skin safe. That's why you're able to use it on your skin. But I saw somewhere to spray on your pillowcase. I've been doing that, and I have to say, I think it's working. I think it's doing some. I don't know, but I already had it, so I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna use it on the pillowcase. Because, you know, look, you know how it is when you have this acne. You have to try any and everything. So me personally, if it's gonna work, I'm gonna do it. If it's gonna work, I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I did go ahead and try it out. So I just spray it on my pillowcase right before bed, like let it dry. So not like right before bed. You know how you're starting to prepare for bed. So just spray it, let it kind of dry down. You go do all your things, come back, get in your bed. So I leave that one on my bedside table to just spray right before bed. And finally, this is the newest thing that I did that literally I'm just like, Shama, be so for real. This final thing is actually the biggest I have seen lately to make a difference. To me, this is equal to the minocycline, which is, I'm so glad I finally took the plunge and did this because God, my God. So a couple years ago, like 2 years ago, I had gone to get a facial and the person had used this stuff on me. And I swear that day I had a new pimple and they used it on me and that pimple went down by that night. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it. I never got it. When I went to the dermatologist, she was like, yeah, get something like that. You don't need an expensive one. Just the cheap one you can find. Just use that. I never got it because the ones I could find were like $70, $80. I was like, oh my God, that's kind of a lot. Yeah, I did this to myself. I did this to myself. Right. So I never got it. But then this year I was like, you know what? Now that I have stopped taking the minocycline, now that I'm deciding to stop, I need to go ahead and try something else, right? So I decided to buy a cheap alternative, like something that was $20 to see if I will actually stick to using it. I should have known myself better because at the end of the day, if something is working for me for a problem I have, I'm gonna keep using it because it's working. Okay, the only time I won't stick to it is if it's not working. If it's not working, yeah, I'm gonna have some motivation problems, but if it's working, I don't need motivation, baby. It's working. Anyways, I went and I got these ones. Don't. It doesn't do shit. It's supposed to be like a massaging and then it has the lights. Let me see if it'll come on. Yeah, it has the lights. So I felt like, okay, because it has the lights, it might be similar, you know, but girl, I should have just saved my money because this didn't do anything. Matter of fact, I felt like every time I would use this, my skin would get irritated and a bump will come out. Like I would literally use this at night. The next morning, I had a pimple. You guys, at first I was like, okay, maybe it's bringing out all the things. But after a while, I was like, okay, don't bring out. Don't bring out the things. Let it stay in there. Okay, let it stay in there. Don't bring out the things. I'm tired. Don't bring out the things. But I finally took the plunge. And I got it. I got it, you guys. I got it. This is the one I got. I believe it was like I said, $70 to $80. And I just got it this month. But you guys, well, not this month because this is April now, but I got it in March. Wow. I was really playing myself this whole time. I was playing myself. I was cheating. I have no one else to blame but myself. You guys, I have known about this since 2024. It is 2020. It's been like 2 years that I've been dragging my feet. And mind you, it's not like I didn't know that it worked. I did because that's how I found out about it. It's just sometimes, you know, you just drag your feet about shit and it's like you're disappointing no one but yourself. You are disappointing yourself only because who has been suffering with the acne on their face? Me. Nobody else. It's just me. Me. I'm the one that has been going through it. Me. What's that song? Yes, I'm the problem. It's me. I was the problem the whole time. I was the problem the whole time. But here's the gag, y'all. I've spent $80 on worse. You guys would think, oh, it's money, money, money. No, I've literally spent more money on worse. I've literally wasted money on things. But then I wouldn't invest $80 in the thing that would actually give me the results I wanted. Ow. Oh, that hurt. That's crazy work. I'm telling you, that's crazy work. The way I'm like looking at myself sideways, like, girl, you did all that for what? You wasted 2 years for what? Anyways, let me tell you what comes in it. Well, you can already see it has these shapes. I don't know. These shapes of like heads. So this is the actual body of it. This is it. It comes like this. So you hold it. This is the actual body. And then it has different shapes of heads. Like it has this one. It has this one. And it has this one for your hair. I don't know. I've never used it for my hair. Yeah, I just don't even think that would work. If I was going to use any for my hair, it would be this to directly target the scalp. Because, girl, how the fuck I'm going to put this in my hair? So, yeah. Anyways, this one is supposed to be for your face. And they have actually a fourth one. This one. And this is the one I use because it's flat. I feel like I can just easily just go over everywhere. But this one I've used is also good. This one is cool too. It's just that it's so small, so you can only do a small surface area at a time. But baby, I ain't got time, so one of these I use. Yes, you guys, literally, you just plug it in. It's not plugged in right now, but you plug it in. You turn the thing. They do recommend starting at level 1 or 2, right? I started at level 1. Now I'm at level 2, and you just insert it. You just rub it. Okay, so that's what I actually use this for, this snail mucin. I use it to give it a little glide, obviously, because to rub this on your skin, you want a little glide. But I think they say not to use something that has alcohol, so you want something serum-y. And I feel like this is pretty good. It doesn't get absorbed super, super quickly. So it still gives you a bit of slip while you're doing the thing. And because it's not getting absorbed immediately, you have like a little bit of time to be able to use it properly, you know? Yeah, so that's what I use this snail mucin for. And I usually do it right after I put my serum. So I usually put my serum first, and then I put this on, and then I do the thing, you know, I do it everywhere. Sometimes I only do it in the place that I have active lesions, but now that I don't have any, I'm doing it in the places that my spots are and just at the high points. Like right here, I do both cheeks, and then down here, because those are the places I tend to get them at, especially on the cheeks and then the forehead, right? So I just do it for a couple times. If I have an active lesion, then I'll also try to just target that specific spot a couple times. And that's really about it. And then I go on with the rest of my routine, putting the other serums or the tretinoin, and then putting my moisturizer, my eye cream, and my chapstick, and going to bed, right? Yeah. I also have these eye patches, but girl, it's just regular eye patches for under eyes. So that's not even what the topic is about. I mostly wanted to tell you guys about the things I do for acne that have been working. And bro, if you get nothing else, get this. Like, I don't even care for you guys to use any of these brands specifically. Like, it's not about the brand. I hope I'm explaining like why I'm choosing the things, so you guys can know what to choose, and you can understand why to use those things. So it's not about the brand. You don't have to use this specific brand of lotion. Just find something that is non-irritating for your skin and is oil free, you know, something oil free. So a gel cream. So you just need to find a gel cream. You need to find an active that is going to work for your pigmentation scars. So tranexamic acid, azelaic acid, you know, vitamin C. They do say the SkinCeuticals vitamin C patent is expiring. So this year we should be seeing more of those vitamin C's that look like that SkinCeutical, but you won't have to pay $100 for it. So, and then also with your facial moisturizer and lotion. So something that is not too too moisturizing, or too like, you want it to be moisturizing but like oil free and not greasy, and probably a more matte finish, because you're already gonna produce oils throughout the day. And then what else? Yeah, just, and then a tretinoin that you can tolerate and that is good for your price point. You don't really need to get these specific things. You can just get whatever brand you want, but something that still works the same. And then once again, the spray, use it on your skin. I've been using it on my pillowcase lately. Yeah, wow, I talked a lot. But that is all I have to say for this video. Thank you for coming to spend time with me, and yeah, see you next time. Bye. Mwah.